Hey guys, welcome back. DripCoach here with Drip and Farm for Property, where we don't trust, we verify and operate with integrity and transparency. Let's dive in. So in today's video, I am rethinking some channel content, still focusing on the Bitcoin aspects, like I said, but there is clearly a need, or at least I enjoy, I should say. I can't say there's a need, but I do enjoy, and the metrics show that you guys enjoy content that involves some level of blockchain forensics or exposing scams or the questionable side of crypto. Like when I was showing you guys how the devs reach out to you and want you to show their project and just shit on the community, or videos like this where influencers are telling you one thing and doing another. And this comes from a comment that I'm going to show in a little bit, but over the last 28 days, these are my top videos. So the coach moniker is a name I've adopted and something I've been doing for like 25 plus years. When I was in martial arts, when I was in the military, I've just always enjoyed the education side of things and helping people move forward. Basically, you show them the steps and then they take those steps, move forward, and then you feel good for helping them. So that's just the kind of coaching mantra that I've adopted. But even with that, whenever I try to show like coaching content, educational content, it doesn't do as well as the controversial content. And maybe that's just the degens out here in the space. So when I looked at this because of this comment out here. So shout out to Simon Backwash. He said, "Coach, with the amount of expertise you accumulated since Drip demise, including on-chain analysis, forensics, influencer scam tactics, DeFi typical scam shit, you definitely create a project with your community. Could be education online classes, could be a BSC task force investigation. I don't know. But I'm sure there will be something to build around that, because no matter how much DeFi is regulated, the amount of newbies and generational change, the amount of DeFi on-chain play to earn uses is really about to explode. So as the scams, regulation will only be as useful when law enforcement will take action and follow up. Nevertheless, they will need a shit ton of crypto degen white hats. Small companies, private contractors infiltrate groups, collect, sort, prepare evidence for them. And the same as white hat hackers get paid really well for finding breaches, zero-day exploits, there's a giant market upcoming no matter how good AIs are. It's obvious that social engineering and humans can't be replaced for certain kinds of investigation tasks. And there's also a shit ton of money for governments to collect on this particular type of cybercrime. So obvious budget to reward groups or people like you. It's still early, but would be really cool if DripCoach 360 would ironically become DeFi mercenaries community against scam and restore integrity to DeFi. Feels like the logic path for you, and after all the experience you gained on the battlefield, fist bump. So I thought about this and I was like, wait a minute, this is part of the coaching that I do enjoy, and it literally ties into the content you guys want to watch. So I want to educate you guys. And the whole purpose of educating was so that you would go out there and do your own research. Well, we know you're not. Let's just be honest. That's why we have the CoffeeZillas and all these other people in the space, because this shit takes a lot of work. And again, what Simon mentioned, yeah, that's true. There is definitely a need for this. And I'm not going to lie, this definitely strikes the pride ego. I like the mercenary ideology he came up with. So I'm gonna ask you guys what you think about this, and want to figure out how to actually leverage this and what this would look like, and how to kind of dig into certain scams, because you clearly can't look into everything, because man, you'd be doing this forever. So it has to be things that would add value. And I would also need a cybercrime unit. I would need support. And so what I did, I went ahead and threw this into ChatGPT, because I was like, okay, what exactly is this job? And it gave a bunch of job opportunities like forensics, on-chain analysis, scam investigator, white hat hacker. Here's the tools you use, steps to implement the project, marketing, blah, 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 blah. I was like, okay, that's interesting. And then I gave a little more details about the job I specifically want to do. And that job, they say, is a crypto forensics investigator. I kind of prefer the mercenary title or something to that effect. So I'll probably play with that in ChatGPT to give it a different name. But what I would need in support of that is this part, Dune Analytics and SQL queries on blockchain data. So now that I'm back in Cambodia, I actually plan on taking a course in Solidity and revisiting computer programming languages and stuff that I used to do way back in the day. I did learn SQL, but I forgot all that shit. So I would definitely want to have someone on the team that can do this. So shout out to Orbison, because he's the one that created this for me, so that we were able to see, oh, it's not up right now, the SwapX pre-sale results. Remember I showed you guys that, but I think right now it's down. So he put this SQL query together, and it showed down here, which is not right now, showed the number of NFTs and allocations that influencers had and what there was originally done. So this was, again, important data to share with the community, in my opinion. Now I already hashed this out, but this is some of the faster on-chain analysis things that would need to be run. And that's why I'm mentioning that, because that's not a skill set I currently have. And this is not this task force, whatever this will be. It's definitely not a job for one person, because actually a lot of the stuff that I do, I get some DMs from people to look into certain things. So I can't monitor everything, but people will basically see something, and it's kind of like an anonymous tip. They send me a message in Telegram or on X, and then they go, hey, look into this. And then I start the digging with that initial thing. So I'm curious if anyone out there was looking for this opportunity, wants to join the team, and then we would figure out how to monetize this. I would assume, based off of the work I've already done, I've proven that this is something that I believe in and willing to invest in the integrity side and transparency of the blockchain. And then if there's a way to monetize this and support the community at the same time, then that's what we would do. So let me know what you guys think. And on that note, this is my new favorite tool that I'm using over on Arkham. So it allows you to create an entity of your wallets that you're watching. So I've got over here, I've got all the wallets that I know to be, let's see, I know about 12 to 15 that are 100% associated with Hooray, and then like some other ones that are questionable. And then it'll show like the inflows and outflows and the total balance and all this other stuff like that. So I really like this tool to give you a visual of inflows and outflows and stuff like that. So this right now is just showcasing like early 2021 to 2022. And if I did the whole thing, it is much, much bigger web of deceit and lies to weave through. But there are these tools and stuff like that that's out there, and anyone that's willing to do the research can, look into it and see. And it'll even give you an update of the portfolio holdings by chain, with all the wallets combined. So it is valuable to have. Now it gets more valuable when you can actually verify these things, like I did previously through videos and on-chain analysis. So then you have 100% certainty of at least a couple of wallets, and then digging around, you can see how those wallets interact with other ones, and then you start making tied assumptions, basically. But at the end of the day, this is just to help everyone understand what to do and how to navigate the space. Remember, the whole reason we got into this mess with inflation and debasement of currency is because it's an opaque black box and controlled by central banks that get to just do whatever they want with the money, and you can't see what happens behind the scenes. Same way that in order to be an accredited investor, you got to have a certain amount of money to participate in IPOs and stuff with stocks. So don't let anyone fool you that looking at wallets on chain is, something you shouldn't do. That's exactly what you should do. That is literally why we have a quote unquote public ledger. So do not subscribe to these gaslighting narratives, specifically like Ray, because he's always trying to undermine and shit on people that watch his wallets, because he's trying to hide his activities. But wallet watching is something that is 100% necessary for the integrity of the blockchain. That's literally why you have a lot of these tools and stuff like that, to see what centralized exchanges are doing with their coins. Are they holding a one-to-one? Like, all of that is necessary so that we don't end up with inflated tokens, shout out to FTX and what they were doing behind the scenes. So we don't end up like that in massive collapse. So long story short, let me know what you guys think about this new potential opportunity. And again, shout out to Simon Backwash. And also, you know, I am hiring. Right now it would just be like a pro bono kind of volunteer thing, but I definitely like to create a little group if this is something that we can do. Then I would throw out some videos about what it looks like and who we are and how we're going to do something with this. And then we figure out what projects to look into, what the community wants, and how to get compensated for such work. So maybe a private group, or I don't know. But I like the idea because, like I said, to me, emphasizes what I like to stand for, the integrity side and transparency, and of course, warm fuzzies for being like a mercenary and doing shit, you know, when nobody else will, even though you do it for money. Right now I do it for literally pennies on the dollar because my YouTube monetization is like $200 a month. Anyway, I made this video on May 7th. And then in the Telegram, literally after that video was made, well, we go here. Let's go look at the charts. We had this pump because this happened on May 7th. Quick update, Forex is back in action. We had a team meeting today to touch base and get back to running. We have a backup page of FPs. Remember, the animal farm was down, blah, 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 blah. But what's funny is literally 1 month prior, you have Black Pluto saying, where is this? No two separate things. Where is it? He said something about he hasn't been in talks with him. So here you go. So on the 9th, you have this. I'm still around, pretty hard to kill. Forex is also around. This is April 9th. Has been in contact with the lead dev. I'm somewhat out of the loop as of now and haven't spoken with him directly yet. Hoping to hear something from Mr. Shark this week. I do have a handful of nice, you'd recognize the names, partnerships lined up, right? So that was the 9th. And then somebody said something, they deleted it. So it's probably something about where the hell is Forex. They deleted it. So he said, to be clear, the partnerships are lined up. I'm in close contact with decision makers. My message above was meant to express that I haven't spoken with Forex lately. Definitely hasn't been a month. And yes, we have other avenues of comms, but hope to hear from him this week. So he hasn't spoken with him lately. Wasn't a month, probably like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And then all of a sudden, he's got this update that Forex is back. We had a team meeting to touch base and get back with running. And then now, like the 18th, I'm on standby. I will update as I'm able to. I was there. I know there was a meeting with the devs this week. So he wasn't even part of the meeting. He's not even part of the meetings that Forex does with the devs. So what this sounds like to me is bullshit, just to be honest. So let's just assume Forex is meeting with devs. Then those devs talk to Black Pluto. This is directly from the horse's mouth. That's what he said here. So he's just interpreting what he's hearing from other people. So I think it's all lies, because here we are now, 2-3 weeks later, and there's still no update from Forex. And the sad community in here is just holding on to a wing and a prayer and saying that, you know, things are Safu and we can't wait, and it's going to be bullish, blah, 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 blah. But as we see, pigs are on their way back down. Buy the rumor, sell the news. So I wouldn't doubt if Black Pluto or any of the devs or whoever else was here that made this announcement was buying pigs here and here, put that announcement in the chat, and then has sold off here. I would not doubt that at all. That's where this job of forensic analyst or whatever would come into play, because then you would see literally how you guys are being manipulated and used. But right now we just have kind of theory, conjecture, a little bit hearsay, and some interpretation from the chats. But the proof is in the pudding. Still hasn't talked to the community. Disappeared now. It's like, what, 7 months? Like, fucking ridiculous. Unacceptable. Just crazy. Yeah, the last update was December 1st in the Forex Shark calls. So you do the math. So anyway, all that being said, let me know what you guys think about this potential avenue. And again, if you would like to apply and be part of the team, and we come up with a cool name for this mercenary group, and we can start headhunting. Also, I'm gonna save that in another video. No, I'm gonna put that at this clip right at the end. I was gonna open this document up and show you guys, but I don't want to, because I don't want anyone to see the details. But I have collected quite a bit of data and on Forex, and have him narrowed down to a location, even an age, potential birth date, all sorts of stuff that I have collected over the last 2 years. So I haven't put this out yet because I haven't been able to get a confirmation on the identity, but this is things that I collected from the Discord and from his AMAs and transcripts. And believe you me, he has left a lot of breadcrumbs that once you start putting them together, you can get a really solid idea of who he is. Now, I don't have a name or anything like that, but I could easily narrow that down with information such as the school he graduated from and the degree he graduated with and the year he graduated, as well as his boxing instructor's name and some criminal records that he has out there. So I got quite the details. So the point I'm getting at is that all of this does point, I've never shared this, but all this points to this kind of thing. So that, for those of you that stuck around to the end of this, you got that alpha, super secret. And, you know, I'll be looking forward to your responses. All right, hope that provided some value. If it did, smash that HBO special, help brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below. And until next time, lift daily and achieve your impossible. See ya. Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? SPRITZ Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.